Imagine a man sitting by himself in a quiet room, thinking deeply about a woman who once decided to let him go. He does not feel any anger toward her, and he does not feel bitter about the past. Instead, he feels a profound sense of respect mixed with a quiet, lasting longing. Why does this memory stay with him so deeply? It is because she demonstrated something very rare and very powerful. She showed true strength, self-respect, and a sense of independence. For her, choosing to let go was not a sign that she was weak. Instead, it was a clear demonstration of her inner power. There is a certain strange truth in relationships that very few people truly understand. It is this: sometimes walking away, taking a step back, and choosing your own well-being is the most powerful action a person can ever take. When a woman lets a man go, while keeping her dignity and her self-respect, it leaves a massive impact that stays in his mind far beyond the moment it happens. Today we are looking at the psychology behind why men often feel a much deeper pull toward women who choose themselves first. We are exploring how this act of putting oneself first completely transforms the way respect, attraction, and connection work. Independence is one of the most influential traits a woman can have in any kind of relationship. It is not about turning off her feelings of love or pushing away a connection. Rather, it is about fully understanding her own worth and knowing the value she brings to the table. It is about refusing to lose her own identity by being swallowed up by someone else's life or by what they expect of her. A woman who truly lives out this independence sends a message that is clear and cannot be denied. That message is that she is already complete all on her own. That specific message carries a lot of weight, and men sense it almost immediately. True independence is a rare thing to find, and anything that is rare is naturally magnetic to others. Most people, including both men and women, tend to tie their sense of identity too closely to the people they are dating. They rely on their partner to give them validation, a sense of purpose, or their basic happiness. While it is perfectly natural to want a companion, the exact moment a person becomes completely dependent on someone else, they run the risk of losing themselves entirely. For men, a woman who shows that she does not actually need him to feel whole or to define why she exists is both refreshing and very inspiring. She is not seen as someone who needs to be saved or someone who needs to be fixed. Instead, she is seen as an equal, a true partner, and someone who is worthy of deep admiration. When she chooses to walk away from a relationship that is no longer helping her, she is making a very bold statement. She is saying that she values herself far too much to accept anything less than what she truly deserves. This act of self-respect can truly shake a man's world. It forces him to stop and think, to reflect on things, and to look again at not just the relationship but also his own past behavior. He starts to ask if he was truly honoring her worth. He wonders if he was showing her the appreciation she earned, or if he was simply taking her presence for granted. Men are naturally built to respect strength, and independence is strength in its most honest form. It is often very easy to stay in a relationship because of a feeling of fear. This could be a fear of being alone, a fear of being uncomfortable, or simply because the relationship feels familiar and safe. But it takes a lot of courage and a very deep sense of self-awareness for a woman to recognize that something is not right, and to make the very difficult choice to step away. This kind of courage is magnetic to others. It is not a way of rejecting the man himself. Rather, it is a way of declaring that she owns her own life. Independence does a lot more than just inspire respect. It also challenges men to grow. When a woman is fully confident in her own value, a man is faced with a big choice. He must either rise up to meet her at her level, or he will fall behind. This often requires him to take full responsibility for his life, to examine how he has been behaving, and to improve himself to become the partner she deserves. An independent woman sets a standard for the relationship. This is not a limit she puts on him, but a standard of love, respect, and being real that forces a man to reflect and grow. Men are not actually intimidated by strength. They are drawn to people who are authentic and confident in themselves. The kind of woman who can let a man go without clinging to him or pleading for him to stay shows that her love is not based on him being there. She is looking for a partnership, not a situation where she depends on someone else. That specific distinction is the very foundation of respect that lasts. Independence also means that she has a full life outside of the relationship. It means she is chasing her personal goals, following the things she is passionate about, and building a many-sided identity. A woman who has her own big dreams, her own interests, and her own energy becomes even more attractive. Men respect women who are driven, who have big goals, and who are themselves without making excuses for it. These women keep a relationship feeling alive, challenging, and full of energy. Independence is all about knowing what you are worth, refusing to settle for less, and keeping your dignity even when things get very difficult. It is about holding your head high and trusting that the right person will eventually recognize your strength and rise up to meet you. The respect that is earned through this kind of independence is solid and cannot be shaken. There is a simple but very deep truth when it comes to relationships. We often do not realize the true value of someone until they are finally gone. When a woman chooses to step away, she creates a physical and emotional space that cannot be easily filled by anyone else. This absence is more than just not being in the room. It is a loss felt emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. For many men, this empty space becomes a catalyst for them to start thinking and realizing things they missed before. Desire often gets stronger because men are naturally built to pursue, to earn, and to protect what they truly value. When a woman is always available at any time, her presence can easily be overlooked. But when she removes herself from the situation, the whole dynamic changes completely. Her absence creates a gap that puts a spotlight on all the good qualities she brought into his life. He thinks about the laughter, the energy, the support, and the unique way she made every moment feel brighter. In this quiet time when she is gone, a man begins to notice all the things he once took for granted. The moments they shared together, the ways she made him feel like he was seen, and the warmth she offered all gain a brand new level of importance. Being away makes desire feel much sharper and more vivid. He may even start to compare her to other people and quickly realize that nobody else can measure up to her. It is not that she has changed as a person. It is just that he has finally gained the perspective he needed. The longing, the thinking, and the recognition of her value become very powerful. The strength, the independence, and the dignity she showed when she chose herself stay in his mind forever. A woman who lets a man go shows a very deep power. She shows she has the ability to love herself more than she needs to be approved by someone else. She shows the courage to walk away and the wisdom to understand what she is worth. Men cannot ignore this kind of energy. They feel it deep inside. They respect it, they want it, and they are often pushed to improve themselves to match it. When a woman embraces her independence, she does not make love smaller. She actually makes it better. She creates a space for growth, for thinking, and for a real connection. Love is no longer about needing someone. It is about choosing them based on mutual respect and the understanding that each person is whole on their own. In the end, the woman who chooses herself first is the one who teaches a man what real respect actually looks like. She proves that love is not about owning someone, but about being present and admiring each other. She proves that true attraction is drawn to strength, being real, and having self-respect. She leaves a lasting memory because she is impossible to forget. This is not because she held on tight, but because she stood firmly in her own power. She shines with a confidence that gets people's attention and inspires a deep, lasting desire. It is because he is now seeing her through the lens of what he has actually lost. Her value becomes something he cannot deny once she is gone. There is a deep psychological reason for this. People naturally want things that they cannot easily have. When a woman steps back and lets go, she transforms into something rare and hard to reach. She is no longer chasing him or holding on to the relationship with all her might. That shift in how they interact makes her even more interesting. Her distance creates a feeling of mystery, and mystery naturally makes people curious and fascinated. This absence does not mean she is playing mind games or trying to be mean. It is simply about creating the space needed for both people to really understand what the relationship was worth. For the man, her stepping away acts like a mirror. It asks him to look at his own actions. He asks himself what she meant to him and if he treated her right. These thoughts can cause a lot of personal growth. It forces him to look inside himself and think about how he views commitment and connection. A woman who respects herself enough to leave when she isn't valued is showing one of the most attractive traits possible. Her self-respect changes the power in the relationship in a quiet but very real way. This often makes the man rethink his feelings and the kind of person he wants to be in the future. Being apart does more than just start a fire of desire. It brings back respect. It teaches a man that love is not about being dependent or always being around. Love is about seeing and valuing the special things someone brings into your life. Often, it is only when someone is no longer there that this truth becomes very clear. Emotional strength is one of the most magnetic and interesting traits a person can have. When a woman shows this strength, she becomes a force that nobody can ignore. This strength is not about acting like she has no feelings or pretending she can't be hurt. Instead, it is about having the bravery to look at reality, make hard choices, and put self-respect ahead of feeling comfortable for a short time. For men, this kind of emotional toughness is very inspiring. When a woman walks away with grace and dignity, she sends a very strong message. She is saying she is not afraid to let go of things that are not good for her. Letting go of a person you care about is never an easy thing to do. It requires a lot of bravery to honor your own needs and your own future. That kind of bravery makes people respect and admire her. Men are drawn to women who show this kind of emotional power because it makes them want to be better. A strong woman sets a high bar for maturity and stability that inspires everyone around her to grow. She does not use drama or loud emotions to prove a point. Instead, her actions tell the whole story. Her strength is found in her ability to stay calm and be herself, even when she is facing pain or loss. This emotional toughness shows that she knows who she is. She understands her feelings and makes choices that match what she believes in. She does not let the fear of being lonely or what society thinks make her decisions for her. She moves forward with a clear mind, knowing that her worth comes from inside and not from anyone else. This kind of self-assurance is very magnetic and leaves a memory that does not fade away. When a woman walks away with emotional strength, it also makes her seem mysterious and interesting. She does not fall apart or beg for help. She chooses herself. This behavior is not what people expect, so it makes the man see her in a totally new way. Being able to stay dignified while things are hard makes her unforgettable. Also, being strong does not mean she is closed off. A strong woman can still be open and vulnerable, but she only shares that part of herself with people who have earned her trust. This balance between being open and protecting herself makes her even more powerful. She does not let her emotions run her life. Instead, She uses them to find the right path. Men admire this because it shows self-discipline and an understanding of worth. Emotional strength is about letting go with grace and without being angry. A woman who can do this shows she is the boss of her own life. In the end, this strength leaves a legacy. It teaches everyone that love and respect must be earned by both people. One of the biggest lessons in love is knowing that love without boundaries is not really love at all. It is just dependency. A woman who sets her boundaries and sticks to them teaches a big lesson about respect. By walking away when those boundaries are crossed, she proves that love is not about being controlled or giving up your values just to keep someone. It is about honoring each other. Boundaries are not like walls meant to keep people out. They are statements of self-worth. They are clear rules for how she wants to be treated. These standards make a relationship better instead of worse. Boundaries are very important because they protect her mental and physical health. They make sure a relationship stays balanced and respectful. When a woman sets her boundaries with confidence, she's showing a deep sense of self-worth. She isn't asking for too much. She is just saying what she deserves to have. For men, a woman who keeps her boundaries is someone to be respected and valued. It shows she knows who she is and what she will not give up. This clarity is magnetic because it gets rid of confusion and sets clear rules. When a woman has the strength to say what she needs and is willing to leave if she doesn't get it, she wins admiration. She is not begging for someone to notice her. She is insisting on being respected. Real love grows inside a set of healthy boundaries. They create a safe place where both people can become better versions of themselves without being taken for granted. When a man meets a woman who protects her boundaries, he is challenged to grow in his own maturity and honesty. This makes him think about his actions and his respect for her. Leaving when boundaries are ignored is not about getting revenge. It is about protecting yourself. It sends a message that she values herself enough to want the best. This can change both people for the better. For the man, it is a reminder that love needs respect. For the woman, it is a way to prove she won't settle for less. Boundaries also act as a test for true love. A man who really loves a woman will respect her rules without getting mad. He knows that honoring her needs is how you build trust and show you are committed. On the other hand, a man who ignores her boundaries shows he cannot give her the respect she earned. By letting go, a woman teaches that love cannot live without respect, and respect starts with boundaries. A woman who stands up for this truth becomes a person who is hard to forget. Boundaries are a way of showing love to yourself. When a woman respects herself enough to walk away when she is ignored, she shows strength and dignity. This kind of love is powerful and very attractive to others. Confidence is another one of the most interesting qualities a person can have. Very few things show real confidence more than being able to let go of something that is no longer helping you. When a woman leaves a relationship because of self-respect and not out of anger or fear, she has a level of confidence that is very captivating. Confidence is not about acting like you are better than others. It is about having faith in yourself, even when things are uncertain. Letting go takes a lot of strength because it means moving into a future you don't know yet. It is a way of saying she trusts herself, even if she has to be alone. This self-assurance is attractive because it shows she can handle anything. When she lets go with confidence, she changes how things work between her and the man. She is no longer looking for him to tell her she is good enough. She takes control and shows what self-respect looks like. To a man, this is very impressive. It makes him see her as someone who chooses her own life. Confidence shows that she has other options and that her worth is not tied to a man or a relationship. This creates a lot of interest and attraction because people like those who are not afraid to make hard choices. A confident woman does not need to chase after anyone. She attracts people to her. By letting go, she often becomes even more wanted by the man she left. Letting go also makes him face his own problems. A confident woman who knows what she is worth sets a standard that asks him to be better. She shows that if he can't meet her level, she will leave. This isn't a game. It is about keeping her dignity and only spending time on relationships that match her values. Also, confidence can be spread to others. When she shows she can let go without losing her identity, it makes the man think about his own choices. He thinks about what he could have done differently because he respects her so much. Finally, letting go with confidence shows she is smart about her emotions. It shows she knows the difference between love and just being attached to someone. Love is free and makes you feel strong. Attachment is often about fear or needing to control things. When a woman chooses to leave, she is choosing to love herself. This shows she is mature and knows herself well. These are rare and very good qualities. Confidence is not just about how she acts in public. It is about the choices she makes when she is alone. When she leaves with grace and strength, she makes a big impression on the man she walks away from. Her confidence is a sign of her inner power, and that power is something people don't forget. Sometimes the most growth comes from the hard parts of letting go. When a woman leaves a relationship, it is not just the end of something. It is a chance for both people to transform. Growth is usually not comfortable, but it is almost always something we need. Choosing to move on can be the start of a big change. For the woman, it is an empowering move. It shows her happiness and her future matter more than her fear of being without someone. This makes her find out who she is outside of a couple, find her passions again, and reach for her goals. Even though it is hard to move forward, it is also freeing. It lets her become a wiser and stronger person. For the man, her leaving often makes him face the truth. Losing someone who really cared about him makes him look at his own life and his own priorities. In this time of being alone, growth can start. He has the chance to see what went wrong and make real changes. Letting go helps both people become more resilient. The woman learns to rely on herself, and the man learns that love takes real work and respect. This growth changes how they handle everything in the future. Growth also brings a clear mind. When she leaves, she gets away from the noise and the problems of a bad relationship. This distance helps her see what really matters in life. She learns what she wants and what she will not accept anymore. This helps her have better relationships later. The man also gets to think about his values. He might learn how important it is to talk and be respectful. This can make him a better partner for anyone else later on. Letting go also opens up new opportunities. Endings are often just new chances in disguise. When she moves on, she is making room for a better life and more peace. Choosing to let go is a brave thing that helps both people. It is about knowing that you have to change to grow. By letting go, she sets herself and the man free to become better. This growth is a sign of the power of choosing yourself. Letting go is not about giving up. It is about taking your power back. By picking yourself, you show other people how to value you. To all the women out there, your strength and your self-worth are the things that inspire love and respect. If this message was good for you, please like it and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's keep working on becoming better and more empowered. Letting go is not about losing or giving up. It is about stepping into your own life. When a woman chooses herself over a situation that isn't good, she is saying her peace and her worth are things she will not give up for anyone. This act of courage tells everyone that she will not settle for less just to make someone else happy. Choosing yourself is one of the most powerful things you can do. It shows a level of dignity and strength that people have to notice. By walking away, she shows how she wants to be treated. This teaches men about the real meaning of respect and love. She shows that love is about being equal and choosing each other every day. Her decision to walk away shows she knows her worth and refuses to settle for less than she deserves. This self-assurance is magnetic to others. It makes people admire her and respect her. To all the women, your strength and resilience are powerful forces. They change how people see you and how you live your life. When you choose yourself, you make other people grow and think too. You become a model of bravery, showing that you can honor yourself and live a full life even after a hard time. Choosing yourself lets you reach your full potential and create a life you love without having to make bad compromises. Remember, picking yourself is not a selfish thing to do. It is the best way to love yourself and the start of real respect. Your journey of finding your power starts the second you decide that you are enough just the way you are. Your worth is never decided by another person. Let this be your reminder that when you honor yourself, the right love and the right life will always find you.